Today I'm going to demonstrate how to strip down a seat and remove the seat covers. Now, despite these seats being slightly different, underneath they are the basic same seat construction, the same seat frames and so on. But I'm going to demonstrate removal of these Abarth covers. Now, I'll just pop this over here. Right. Let's have a look at the tools we're going to need while we're taking off this seat cover. Two sorts of pliers, long nose pliers, regular pliers. We're going to need a rubber mallet and a little block of wood. Various screwdrivers. We've got some flat blade screwdrivers. We've got everybody's favourite, that old screwdriver used for levering open tins of paint. Especially important because it's got a wide tip and no point on the end, it's quite subtle. And last but not least, crosshead screwdriver, masking tape and duct tape, very important. Now I'm going to take this in sections. We'll go through taking off the seatbelt clip, we'll look at taking off the side seat adjust, then we'll remove the back cover and we'll explore where the airbag is. We'll look at taking away the seatbelt wire because that feeds through the side of the seat cover. We'll remove the bottom cover, and then last but not least we'll consider the driver's side leg support because that has an additional dial on the side of the seat for adjustment purposes. To take off the seatbelt clip, we're going to need to use our flathead screwdriver. Two screws. There's one. And there's two. And it just lifts out, very straightforward. Now I'm a methodical kind of guy, so I like to bag everything to make sure that I keep all the bits together and write myself a label while I'm doing it. There we go. And pop that out of the way. Okay, the next thing to do is to tackle the side seat adjust. So I'll just spin the seat round so that I can show you what we're going to need to do. This is where the wood and the rubber mallet come into tackle, and some masking tape. Now, I've already torn some masking tape to cover this up. You need to mask this side piece of plastic. There's a really good reason why you're going to need to do this. So mask all that up nicely. Might need with a small bit on there to catch the front. There we go. Now this may look alarming, but this is the way that Mazda recommend that we do this. We simply lift this handle all the way up and it will then stay in a risen position. And it's not going anywhere, it's quite solid. And we pop our block of wood in the side here, and I'm going to take the wood away for a second. We're literally going to run the head of our mallet along the side of the seat cover because we don't want it on the end. If we put it on the end, force of levers, we're just going to be pushing the wood out all the time and the force is going to be misdirected. We need the force as close to the end of this lever as we can to push the lever off. And it's literally a matter of tapping it off. So here we go. There we go. Off comes the lever. So we'll pop that in our bag. And then we're done with our rubber mallet. having taken that off, the next thing to do is to take the screw out the side. So we'll tip it up, crosshead screwdriver, single screw, pop that in the bag with our lever cover. And then there's a single fixing along the front here, flathead screwdriver, the blunt one. There we go. I like the blunt one because you know you're not going to be damaging the seat when you're doing it. So now switch for a smaller one, and we've got to divide the pieces of plastic that hold this seat cover apart. So we can now, with the screw up, we can now tilt it up a little bit. Here we go. There we are. So, now we need to pop the lever back down. There we go. And then it comes off the side. Okay, so that was the fixing that we were taking out the side. And in here, there's 1, 2 lugs that we were tucking the separating apart. And in the side here, this is that piece of plastic that I was talking about. We literally just push the lug under this part of the seat, untuck it, and there we have it. So that was the other side of the 2 lugs that we were disassembling a moment ago. We'll pop that in the bag as well. That's that part done. Let's have a look at removing the back cover. So first of all, we need to do is just pare back this Velcro and just work our way round this Velcro area and the side of the seat. Just literally undo all the various different pieces. There we go. Okay. The next thing to do is to undo the J-clips at the bottom of the seat. Straight across here, if you tuck your finger into the side of here and literally just pull upwards, you'll be able to undo this, and it untucks out of these J-clips at the bottom here. And you can then reveal the bottom of the zipper and begin to see inside the back of the seat. But before we do that, we need to work on this airbag assembly this side, because that will stop us from taking the J-clips off the inside. So, to do that, a word of caution, quickly. Before I work on any of that, this rail at the bottom here is really sharp. Hence the duct tape. It's not an oversight in the design at all. Mazda don't expect you to go inside here, so they don't need to make sure that it's all nice and protected and all the surfaces are filed down. So I just like to stick some, there we go, some tape on that edge so that I can rub my fingers on it. I catch my knuckles on it, it's not going to cut me. So the next thing to do is just inside here, and you can begin to see the airbag, and there's a clip. Let me just turn the seat back around a little tiny bit. There's this white clip here, and to remove that, we want a medium-sized flat blade screwdriver, and we literally just tweak the centre of it out this blue piece will tweak out of the centre, and then inside it we're going to want to squeeze the centre of that fixing, and it's got a couple of lugs on it and we can just push it out. I'm just going to turn the seat round a bit so that I can get into it more easily. Long nose pliers might actually... My little tweak with the screwdriver. There we are. Okay, so tweaking it with the screwdriver, that clip's now come off, so we can begin to remove the rest of the seat cover, and it's just a matter of generally going round it, literally just very gently untucking everywhere, untucking that side and untucking it from the back of this seat assembly here, like that. And you're beginning to reveal the foam inside. Now, the back of the seat that we unclipped has got to fit through literally just pull it all out. Here we are. And we'll pull it through like that, and then we'll release these shoulders. Just tilt the seat up again to its back. Inside the seat, in the edges of the cover, there are some more J-clips, and we've literally just got to untuck those. So let's have a closer look at the J-clips fixing the seat back on the back of the seat. If I pull back this side bolster, you'll see this white plastic trim that's stitched to the seat backing. The J-clips sit underneath that, locking the trim into the curve of the clip. To remove them, using the flat blade screwdriver, pinch back the bolster, tuck the end of the screwdriver underneath the white trim, and then slide it along all the way to the end to release the clip. There we are. And the clip pops out, and you'll be able to work your way round the remaining clips in exactly the same way. Okay, now I've released a bit more of the seat cover, we can fold this back. We can begin to see this strapping around the airbag. Now what we've got to do is very, very carefully pull this section over the top of the airbag like that, and then tuck that back in there, and then release the other J-clips. And I'm just going to turn the seat round and release those other J-clips. Yep, that's all four. So here we go. Airbag cover was nestled just in this little pocket here. pretty much speaks for itself. Now, back to the interior. So, turn the seat round. Uncouple these. There's about 5 of them. There we are. And they just unhook, and then we need to feed them through so that they're in the centre of here so they don't get caught. And then turn this over and feel through and pull them back out the other side. Here we are. Reasonably straightforward. And then if we untuck these shoulders like that, the seat should just lift off. Here we are. So that's your seat cover, the top half lifted off. I'm just going to put that behind me so that it's safe. To take the bolsters off the seat, I use a medium flat blade screwdriver, reasonably sharp one, and just pair around the frame. So it's glued on around the frame, and you literally just work around the spots that it's glued and separate it from the frame. Try not to tear the bolster. You really just want to get as close into that metal frame as you can and just separate one from the other. And work your way all round the frame, and when you've done that, you will literally be able to pop it off. Now do be careful, there's quite a awkward shape to pull this off of, and this is very thin. You don't want to rip it. It's moulded foam, and would be a shame if it was damaged. So there we are. Those are the that's the moulded seat back bolster. Again, we'll just this with the headrest polystyrene. Even though it looks like it has speakers, there aren't any. They're only on the driver's side. So either chair can be the driver's side depending on whether it's left or right hand drive. So there we are. These are the things that we were uncoupling the J-clips out of, and that reveals the seat frame support and the heated seat back, and of course the airbag assembly. Should you wish to, this seat back literally unclips. There's 2 clips at the top here. 1, 2, and then on the back edge the seat frame unclips like this, and you can unclip it all the way around to reveal the seat back. I'm not going to, because I don't want to risk damage to the heated seat mat, but that's something that you can do if you're interested. The first thing we're going to do is release the seatbelt cable, because it's through the side of the seat cover, and we don't want to tear the seat cover, and when we try and take it off, it won't come off clearly unless we remove that. Now there's a multi-plug just under the front here, and we're going to use our flat blade screwdriver and just remove it and then slide out the seatbelt wire. Here we are. And then we want to slide the grey one out. And it's literally just a matter of lifting up the back of the assembly. Turn this around so you can see. We're literally just going to lift up the back of the assembly and pop this out. There we are. So that slides out, and to protect the integrity of the other wires, I'm going to pop that back on that bracket. There we are. And then we'll, I think actually, if I remember correctly, there's another fixing. Pop fixing there, and that means that we can then slide this cable very carefully through the seat cover, and we're now in a position where we can take the seat cover off. Now, to do that, we're going to need to unclip 1, 2, 3 places at the back here, and they should just unclip. There's 1, so it's a little awkward because I'm trying to 2. This side I might have to just turn all the way up to get it out. A matter of getting enough leverage on the bottom. More of a lever, I think. There we are. It's not clipped on all the way along. It's just got 2 pieces. There we are. It's got 2 clips that this sits on to support it. So it's reasonably easy to get it off. And then unclip it off the corners. This is quite a hard piece of plastic in the back of it, which you want to pass through the bottom of the seat. Just as we pulled the bottom of the seat cover through it, we want to put that through as well, so that it's then on this side ready to slide the seat forward. So I'll just do that. Do it very carefully. There we are. Needs quite a good pull, but you want to do it reasonably carefully because there's another heated seat mat under here, and you don't want to pull that out or damage the seat mat at all. Right, so then there's another clip just here, which we'll lever up. There we are, 1 clip there. There we are. And now we've got to unclip the fixing that's just under here. Again, it's very similar to these white fixings that we had a moment ago. Just turn this around. There we are. Just a matter of pushing the clip, and the clip is on the wrong way up. So you don't want to drag it towards you, you need to pull it downwards. as it's turned all the way in and it's fixed the wrong way up. So if you turn it over, put it towards you, you'll be well on the road to removing it. And the same under this side. There we are. Okay, so now we're ready to take out the hog rings. So let's have a look at the hog rings that keep the seat cover tightly bound to the foam on the bottom. There are two rods, one encased in the sponge of the seat base and one sewn into the seat cover. And the hog rings literally bind those two rods together so that they won't move while you're wriggling around on the seat. Here's a hog ring in the side of the seat cover here. Binding that rod, I've already stuck my screwdriver in it and given it a little twist to open it out. And I'm now just going to use the long nose pliers to twist it round so that I can get the rod out. There we are, that releases the rod. And then it's just a matter of continuing to twist the ring around to remove it. And there we are. There's a hog ring. Work your way round the rest of the seat, continuing with the other 3 on this side and then the 4 on the opposite side until you've released all the hog rings. These holes are where the hog rings were joined on. There are metal rods in the seat foam itself, and there are corresponding metal rods. You can just see this rod is inside this white sleeving. There are corresponding rods on both sides of the seat and across the back, and that's how the hog rings are joined together. They literally just bind a ring through there. Pretty standard, apparently, according to the people I've been talking to. And the final thing to do is literally to push the last the last J-clip off the front of the seat, and that's released the bottom seat cover. Pop that on there. That's it really. The bottom foam will lift out if you unclip it both sides. There we are. You can remove it, you can slide it out of the seat frame. To slide it out, you have to lift the back corners of the seat foam over those parts of the seat, and then literally you can slide it out. The heated seat is fed by a couple more cables that are clipped on underneath. I suggest you remove those clips to give yourself a little more play.
And then you'll be able to pull the seat forward enough.
Very gently. Just going to hold that there out of the way. I don't want to strain these cables. That concludes our strip down of the seat. I hope you found that useful and interesting. I'm now going to take these seat covers to a local upholsterer. Quick shout out for Hooks Upholstery. David's been helping me choose some Alcantara style material to replace the centre sections of the seat to better match my MX-5. Hit the subscribe button so that you can see the fantastic results when they come back and I rebuild the seats. I'm also going to post an additional video showing how I enhance the seat back and install that extra lumbar support, and also some support on this bottom mesh here. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.